Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I worked at IRS for 10 years, and I know you're wondering what's the shit show behind me. I'm sorry. I'm moving from Fort Lauderdale to Sebring, and just want to apologize to you for this. I need to get a couple videos out for you because I've got a couple calls to do one. So I worked at IRS for 10 long years. I've worked thousands of cases. I have a whole team of former agents. I'm so embarrassed about the background, but someone wants me to do this video. So anyway, people have asked me, how do I stop an IRS wage garnishment or a bank levy? Well, it's really important that you first understand what the process is. So IRS, when you owe a debt, IRS puts you in the enforcement system computer. It's the K2 computer system, technically, is what it is. They send you out a series of letters, CP14, CP501, CP503, and then usually you get the CP504 certified. At that point in time, IRS is making a final demand for money. If you call IRS, tell them you can't pay, they can file a federal tax lien. They also, if they choose to, can go ahead and file or send out a wage garnishment or bank levy. You're going to get another letter, a 1058, and it will happen after that letter for sure. But when you get to CP 504 is when you need to really call IRS to make sure nothing happens. What do you tell IRS when you call them? Well, you want to tell them that you want to take care of the debt. Why shouldn't you call them rather than me? Well, I'm not trying to patronize them. If you have no money and you have nothing, it's okay to call the IRS because there's nothing they can really do. But if you have assets, a decent salary, and you have assets, like I said, that IRS is going to treat this financial statement not what you think, and most of it is going to be in the area of income and expenses. I keep preaching this over and over. People want to call IRS, but they don't know what the national standard is. When you find out what that is, it's going to be a big shock to you. IRS is going to want to know what your income is, and then they want to know what your expenses is, and make a determination how much you could pay them, or maybe they put you in uncollectible. But much to your chagrin, look up the IRS national standards. You look them up for IRS national standards for food and clothing, for housing and utilities, for car payment, for car expenses. You're going to find out those expenses are like this, and your expenses, according to those standards, are like this. IRS wants the surplus. That's why you've got to be careful. If you try to do this on the own, you're going to be sucked into a huge payment agreement that you're not going to want. But that's how you actually stop the levy and garnishment, by calling IRS. But you have to know when you call them what's going to happen when you call them. So if you want to get those stopped and you want to work out an agreement that's something that you need and more affordable for you, call us. When you call us, you speak directly to me. Anyway, I'm a former agent. I worked at IRS for 10 years, like I said, long years. Give me a subscription, or you can share me if you want. Split me in half, but don't let like your boss and everyone know you have an IRS issue. Those wage garnishments really hurt you in the business. The bank levy, by the way, you have a 21-day freeze on that money at your account. Call me if you need me. Thank you so much.